Girls of Reddit, what is an unspoken rule of girl code? If you walk into the bathroom and the girl in there is being quiet, you do your business and leave as quickly as you can. Girl is trying to poop. This. And if you need to do something like some makeup or fix a contact lens, run the tap. Or activate the air dryer. Give her some noise to hide behind. But mainly get out of there ASAP. Edit. I've been waiting for the wasting resources people to turn up. I'm talking a quick run of the tap and blast of the air dryer, not 30-minute marathons. Thanks for the DMs too. If another girl comes over to you and pretends to know you, no questions asked, we've been friends for 30 years and haven't seen each other in 5. And always give a tampon if you have one. And someone needs one. Edit. Never lend tampons. Always give. Okay, but this has to be done with appropriate facial cues from the girl who knows me. Otherwise I'd just be bewildered. There's 2 types of rules in this thread. Be kind humans to each other. Try to prevent people from getting raped. If someone asks for a sanitary product, you hand one over. Doesn't matter who they are or if you don't like her. If you've got it, you give it. Did this for a random girl in a club and that good feeling lasted all night. Sisterhood man. If she's dating a known abuser, take turns getting her out of the house. Play cards. Shop for shoes. Ask her to help you lay out the garden. Make pie. Never broach the subjects yourself, just make sure she knows she's welcome anytime. Day or night. With or without advance notice. I've been going through this with a friend and I've learned that always focusing on the good, her value, her skills, loving on her, and also telling her the truth nicely when they ask for advice about their relationship has really helped her a lot as she slowly tries to leave. If you get breast cancer, let as many people as possible feel your lump so they know what they are looking for. Before my mastectomy, my breast made a lot of new friends. Early detection can mean the difference between life and death. In February, I was diagnosed with oral cancer, base of tongue. Before surgery I had my teeth cleaned. I had the dentist feel the lump so he would know. Oral cancer screening is common practice during dental exams, but they generally don't check that far back. I had surgery, chemo plus radiation, and am currently clear of any signs of cancer. If there's a red spot on her pants, you tell her discreetly and immediately. This. My so-called friends didn't tell me I'd bled into my khaki pants in grade 10. It took a little girl on the bus home asking me what I'd sat in for me to realize. I was so upset. Lipstick on their teeth. Eyeliner in the corner of their eye. Skirt tucked into pantyhose. You let them know without making a huge deal about it. When I was in college, I was walking uphill to class from my apartment with about a dozen people walking behind me. A girl suddenly appeared and pulled me aside. And before she even opened her mouth, I was like, "Is my dress tucked into my tights?" She nods. I try to laugh it off while untucking my skirt and wishing the earth would open up and swallow me whole. And we continue on our way. The same thing happened again later that same day. This one especially applies to college girls. If you're at a party and you see a girl doing something she might regret the next day due to drinking way too much, you go over there and make sure she's okay. And watch the drinks. If you can. Make sure nothing gets accidentally slipped in them. You help other women who seem to be in trouble. When I was a teenager, my mom and I went to Walmart to get groceries. We split up to save time and a man started stalking me through the aisles. I finally got out to a main area and saw a lady with 2 kids. Walked right up to her and stood as close as possible. She was confused, but when I made a motion at the guy, she understood. She loudly thanked me for getting the milk and called me honey. Also referred to her son as my brother. Once the guy left, she stayed with me until I saw my mom. And then stayed where she was until I got to my mom and motioned that I was okay. That lady deserves an award for helping me that day. I'll always remember this video from when I was a kid that said if you are separated from your parents somewhere in public to look for a grandma or mother with children. If friend drinks too much and starts to puke, always hold her hair back for her. I don't know how you guys do it. I dressed as Fat Thor to London MCM Comic Con last weekend. And that wig was in my face all day. I couldn't look anywhere without it getting in my mouth. I look down. Mouth. Move my head too quickly. Mouth. I've always toyed with the idea of growing my hair out. That experience has made me want to keep my hair as short as possible lol. This could be a trend across genders too, but when a girl says they love something you are wearing, you always tell her where you bought it and how much it was, and especially if you got it for a discount. If your friend gets back with her shitty ex, you always support your friend, but you also tell her the truth and say if the relationship is toxic. No matter how many times. SMDH. And the older you get, you learn not to vent your full opinion on him immediately after the breakup, because they will probably get back together and she will resent what you said and you because of cognitive dissonance. As far as I've ever seen, every girl knows the look. The look is a look a girl gets on her face when she is in a situation that she doesn't want to be in. It's part help me and part get me out of here. When you see this look, you step in. Doesn't matter if you know the girl or not. 100%. I've only once been rejected, called a weird beach, by the girl I was helping, and I still think she wanted help but then changed her mind. That's once from hundreds of times I've helped. You always pretend that you know each other when a guy is being a jerk and you, or they, need a way out of a conversation. Always give each other tampons and pads when needed. And always tell them if they have leaked through on their clothes. The worst thing. The 5-minute rule. If it can be fixed in 5 minutes or less, tell her. If it can't, bloat situation etc., then there's no need to say anything because it will literally only make her feel bad. Also, the opinion rule. Is it a situation where it's your opinion? If it wasn't asked for, keep it to yourself. If it's a factual, fixable issue, inform and then help. Egg wrong shade of lipstick? Let her express herself as she wishes. Lipstick on teeth? Inform and then let her know when she's all good. No women left behind at the club. You look out for and take care of your girls and don't let random men drag them away without their explicit permission. I was at a wedding. I'd been to the hen do and met the groom's sister. Bit shy, but sweet, was on the dance floor, dancing with friends. This guy came over to me. Very drunk. Dancing very energetically, enthusiastically, and could have been interpreted as aggressively. Towards me. The groom's sister, shy as she was, pulled me aside to check if I was okay and if I knew this guy. I had to explain to her he was my husband and just a happy dancing drunk. Loved her though. Console the crying one. You look sad. Have a PS4. I'll see myself out. After a few drinks, every girl in the bathroom is your best friend. How many blurry mirror selfies do I have of myself and groups of girls I don't remember the names of and will never see again? To each of them, I hope you are thriving. Much like a code among smokers, you can ask anyone smoking to bum one. There are no barriers among complete strangers if she likes your dress, glasses, haircut etc. You receive the compliment with delight and immediately give details as to how to acquire the same. Then you move on again like the total strangers that you are. I had a woman just ask me once how I wash my hair. I have curly hair, so it's a big thing to know your routine, and I spent 10 minutes speaking to a complete stranger on the streets of DC like she was my BFF about co-washing, hair twisting, hair products, and all that jazz. One caveat to this is that if there is a significant age difference between the compliment giver, being the older one, and the receiver, then there is a chance it might not be received well. It's a fine line. I was at a very serious business convention, suits and all, talking to a vendor who was explaining how her program worked. Lots of big words. Most serious. After she finished, I thanked her and wondered if, perhaps, she could let me know how she got her curls so perfect and full. Mine were so flat in comparison. It was like a light switch. This serious government programmer turned into my 13-year-old squealing bestie as she told me her step-by-step hair care and gave me pointers. To this day I still use her advice and my curls are banging. Thank you. Random business convention lady. If you're wearing a hair tie on your wrist and someone asks for a hair tie, you give it to them and accept that you likely will never see it again. Unless it's your last one though. Right? Only a saint bikes home in the wind without her last hair tie for drunken fools. Although I'll give up my last hair tie if she's got an immediate interpersonal sexy reason to need it. Person 1. I like your dress. Person 2. Thanks. It has pockets. If your dress has pockets, you let them know. And let them know where you got said pocketed dress. Same goes for items that you got on sale. Oh, that's a cute top. Thanks. It was on sale. Pretend strangers are your friends if you see them being creeped on by a guy. Or followed or stared at, etc. I used to live near a college town party town and it sadly happened enough that it stopped catching me off guard. I even got upgraded to fiancé once. Shit must have been really bad for that poor girl. Always carry an extra hair tie for whoever needs it. Edit. Drunk girl throwing up in the bar bathroom? Don't have an extra hair tie? Take the one out of your hair and give it to the girl in need. My hair isn't even long enough for hair ties anymore and I still do this. Help the drunk girl crying in the bathroom. I carried a drunk girl out of the pit at a concert the other night. She was crawling around trying to find some lipstick or something and it made me terrified. I felt like a mom. Haha. My personal unspoken rule is keep an eye on other girls' drinks when you are at the bar. Even if I don't know them. I have asked random strangers to keep an eye on mine and they are always like, girl, yes, we have to look out for each other. This is very helpful. As an autistic person who doesn't understand unspoken rules, it's very helpful to have posts like this where they're all written. I am autistic. And I read unspoken rules threads for the same reason. Human wall any girl if the only option is to pee in public. A friend of mine said that the most important rule is to always help a sister in need when a creep is following them or won't leave them. Edit. I guess it's my time to say it. Thank you, amazing person that gave me silver. First time feels amazing. D and holy bonkers, this post blew up way more than I could ever imagine. D. Edit 2. So I just got 2 extra life awards. I don't know what it is but it looks really cool. D thanks cool stranger and happy Halloween. Honestly, more guys should be aware of this. Also, I've saved a few girls in clubs who are obviously not enjoying the attention they are getting by simply stepping up and pretending to be their friend or sticking around longer than I wanted to in a group conversation when something is obviously off between a girl and a guy. On the flip side, I wish more girls were comfortable sidling up next to guys and pretending they know us when they are in these situations. Most, all, of us are more than happy to help but can't always tell when our help would be welcomed. If you seen blood on my pants, tell me. There is an almost imperceptible line between intrusive prurient and interest in the sex lives of your friends that's defined by their inclination to share rather than you inquiring or making insinuations. Many friends will discuss sex candidly, others will use discretion, and some will resent the intrusion. Always wait to be confided in rather than commit an indiscretion. There are weird assumptions about the sisterhood that we talk about penis sizes etc without reserve. This isn't true. Phew. That's a relief. If someone asks for a tampon or pad, whether it's friend or enemy, give them the tampon or pad. Everyone is friends in the bar bathroom after 11. No matter what. You don't flirt or duck with a taken man even if the girlfriend is not around. Also, you don't date your best friend's ex-boyfriend. I honestly have no idea why flirting with taken guys is considered badass and cool these days, but it needs to stop. If someone compliments your clothes accessories, always thank them and tell them where you bought it and for how much. Tell her when you see him cheating. Snap a pic for proof if you can. I've lost friends for this but I'll still do it every time. Damn. How many friends have you had with cheating partners? When a friend is drunk and sad, stay with them and make sure they're okay. I don't think this is actually a rule of the girl code, but it should be, and it's a personal rule of mine. When bra straps are on the loose, you help adjusting them. Only question asked is how far up or down they prefer. Do not post group pictures on social media with friends unless everyone involved knows and approves of said pic. Never leave your friends alone in a potentially dangerous situation, bars, walking home alone, etc. Adding on to this, if a random woman approaches you and asks to walk with you, stand by you, or hang out with you, let her. She's likely trying to avoid a creepy guy. Don't shame other women for how they express their femininity. Some women like pink. Some don't. Some women wear their emotions on their sleeves. Some cover their bodies while others show theirs. Women get enough criticism. We don't need it from each other. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can watch together.